One Mother's Podcast is your weekly dose of two moms navigating life and rewriting the motherhood blueprint.
We're here to give you our real and unfiltered opinions on life's most complex topics.
All truth, no sugarcoating. On Muvas.
Yes, it's season 3 and it's big.
We got 3 whole seasons in here. We're doing the thing.
3 seasons. We season vets now. We here.
And we're back. We needed a break, y'all. Listen, to be honest, we probably needed a longer break because between virtual school, work, telework, trying to figure out how, we're going, there is no back to normal. We needed a little bit longer, but we'll make the weeks that we had work. We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, but I mean, I love it. I love recording. I love seeing your face. I miss when we aren't doing this on a weekly basis. So happy to catch up with my good sis.
Yes, it always
like real life. I think people think. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, sis. But I think people think that we just kind of like team up and we do this show. And we don't really know each other, and we just know. Like we in this shit.
And even when we did have the break, we were still catching up. We used this as an excuse to catch up, but even during the break, we had our weekly call just to see what was going on in one another's life. So
definitely. So how have you been? It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. It's been almost a month.
Yes, ma'am. I've been good, crazy busy. Work has been overwhelming. I feel like I'm in a space where I don't see the light at the end with the current position that I'm in. You complete one project and then you've got 3 more that they hand off to you. And it's one of those situations where if you're good at what you do, they keep piling on you. Mm-hmm. They don't, push things off to other people, hold other people accountable when they make mistakes. So that's frustrating. But I started another position October 1st. So I'm looking forward to that. My hard work did get rewarded. So I got a letter of appreciation, which is a pretty decent deal for some of the work that I've done. So that's been great. Baby Jaden is taking some tremendous strides, which I'm really happy about. He's coming along. Like today we had therapy for him. And for those who don't know, I don't really talk about it a lot, but my youngest is developmentally delayed. And so he's 2 years old, but he's not walking and he does not talk. He communicates. He knows how to get your attention and ask for things using gestures, but he doesn't talk. He's nonverbal. So there's a lot going on with that. But today, funny story, we had therapy for him and I was complaining, I was frustrated that he wasn't really motivated to do certain things. And as we were talking, he climbed the entire flight of stairs and crawled to his room as we were doing the therapy. And so my therapist said, it's you. He doesn't do it for you because he knows you're going to do everything for him. So you're the problem. You spoiled him. So we got that. And, the kids are back from their father. The older kids, they're back from their father and they're transitioning. Virtual school is a beast. They don't pay the teachers enough, and they need to put parents on the payroll. That's how it's been over here. How have you been?
Sis, I've been good, but before we talk about myself, can we go back to Baby J?
Yeah.
Because I love when we talk and you tell me all the new things that he's doing. And I love how you get so upset and you're like, he's delayed and da-da-da. Girl, he's not delayed. And I keep telling you this. He is not delayed, okay? You cannot put no time limits on when a child develops. I understand, because my degree is in child and family studies. I tell y'all this all the time. That's what I went to school for. Yes, there's books. There's this. This is how you should parent. This is where the child should be. Children move at their own pace. Leave that boy alone. He's going to be fine, okay? He's not on what y'all think he should be on, but he's fine. He's where he needs to be. Leave that man alone and watch what he do. I'm so sick.
And the funny thing is, that's what the therapist was saying is that the intellectual intelligence is there. He knows enough to know, well, if I'm with mommy, I can get away with stuff. I don't have to climb the stairs because I'm tired and it wears me out and I don't want to do that. So she's going to pick me up. And she said, so if you walk up the stairs and leave him there, will he continue? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh, he'll wait you out. And I said, yeah. She's like, yeah, it's you.
It's literally you, okay?
You.
He literally knows that you finna help him, so he not going to do it while you're around. He's fine, sis. Don't worry. Okay, so what's been going on in the last 3 weeks? Life. So on top of me being a mother to the girls, I've been helping my sister with my nephews because she's working full time and they are doing their hybrid school model. Hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it completely. Y'all really don't pay these teachers enough. Y'all really didn't give these teachers a raise. I could never be a teacher. I couldn't be a teacher back before COVID because y'all didn't make enough. Damn sure can't be a teacher now because y'all risking y'all lives and y'all still don't make enough. And just hats off to y'all because I can't fucking do it. We've been doing a lot of shit with the brand. So the On Muvas brand as well as our own personal brand. Super excited to tell y'all more about that in the show. And I've just been getting my shit together. Summer is officially over as of this morning. I know we still have a week. But it's over as of this morning because it was cold as shit. And I feel like I got to bring the Uggs out. So we are now in fall. And hot girl summer is over. I still had a very hot summer. But now I done cooled off. I done settled down a little bit. So it's time to get back focused. It's stacked timber for the rest of the year.
I like that. My hot girl summer got canceled. It was delayed. It was postponed. So
how you cancel a hot girl summer in quarantine?
Because I was in quarantine. I should have been booed up on a vacation somewhere.
Oh yeah, true. We didn't get no vacations, girl. I told y'all I got that damn passport and it fucked up everything. Okay. My ex-shorty got me that passport and then look at her sitting inside.
See, and that's that. You know what? Your ex-shorty probably cursed us. She said, you won't be getting no passport stamp without.
Okay. Because we break up and 3 weeks later we all in quarantine. The fuck?
Mm-hmm. That's that juju.
Okay. That pussy has some power. Period. Okay. Period. It was not it.
Rally.
It was not the fuck it. All right, sis, let's dive up in this. What are we talking about this week? What have we been working on?
So much. Okay. So while we were on break, we did get interviewed and that went very well. They wanted to know our opinions on politics. You know, I didn't know that people really tuned into us to hear what we had to say about politics and Kamala and Biden, but apparently the people want to know what the mothers think. And so we got invited to do radio. We were on what was the station?
101 Jams out of Charlottesville, Virginia. The show was called In My Humble Opinion.
Yes. And so we had a great time there. They are so amazing. I'm so glad that we had the opportunity. I had so much more to say. We were only on for an hour segment, but it was the questions, the conversation, the direction. It was amazing, and I hope to work with those brothers again because they're truly talented.
Definitely. I love when people reach out to us and they want us to participate because it's like, y'all be listening to us?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like people really listen to the mothers? Like who knew? Who the fuck knew?
Yes. And if you want to see us, because we have another little thing going on, the Black Podcast Awards are September 27th. Your mothers will be presenters. So stay tuned. We'll get you the exact time, but September 27th. Mark your calendars because we will be presenting, and next year I'm claiming that we will be receiving an award.
What we finna get?
Best podcast of the year.
Period.
Putting it in the air.
Period. We need like 5 awards next year. We finna take this by storm because you know the 1 year anniversary is slowly creeping up.
Yes.
It's been 1 year.
And y'all been rocking with us that long.
And we love it. We love y'all right there. Okay, what else is going on?
So in my own personal ventures, I'm working on a series. I don't want to say too much until I actually get it going and there's some production going, but we're looking at about January. I'll have some content out for the series that I'm working on. So everybody stay tuned and send me all the love that you can. And sure, if you want to, be a secret sponsor, donate, because I'm always looking for some funds. So
You and I both.
silent investor, silent partner, go ahead, send me some money.
Yes, you and I both. What have I been doing for the brand? So the brand is officially under 1839 now. Is no longer the Airy Lawan. Well, it is, but that's just a subset of the brand. And I just have some new merchandise coming up. So the fall collection drops next week. Yeah. But I didn't come to talk about me. I really came to talk about all this shit that's been happening since we've been gone for the last 3 weeks. You put me on a Lovecraft Country. Sis, let's discuss, because these are some bloody ass shoes. Okay.
Okay, there's way too much to unpack with Lovecraft Country. If you haven't seen episode 5, you might want don't log off. Let us play. Just mute us for the next 5 minutes or so, because there's a lot to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know, Lovecraft Country is a TV series that is based on a book, and I've heard a lot of people who love it, and then there's a group of people who can't really get into it. So you have to understand it's based on a book, and it's also kind of set against the civil rights era. And the juxtaposition of that is based off of the fact that H.P. Lovecraft, a very famous author who is really huge in the sci-fi world, was extremely racist to the point where a poem that he wrote back in the day is a part of the KKK's creed. So it's, when we talk about sci-fi and the love of sci-fi and, Black people in sci-fi, well, he's the father of sci-fi, the godfather of sci-fi. So there's that understanding that there's some homage that has to be paid for what he did to develop, the sci-fi genre, but understanding that he was racist. So we'll start with that.
I did not know Lovecraft was a true person. I didn't do no Googling or nothing. You kept telling me to just watch the show. And as I was getting tatted the other week, I was like, let me watch the first episode. So we watched the first episode. Shout out to my cousin because he tatted me. But anyways, was watching the first episode and I was like, this shit a little weird. But I grew up on sci-fi. Like, my dad is a sci-fi fanatic. We used to watch it all the time at the house. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just give it a chance. Dog, was intrigued, was the fuck tuned in. And then I've just been stuck on it ever since.
But see, the interesting thing about it is that every episode gets progressively better. So when you think like, oh, that's a plot twist, that's a turn, you can't go anywhere from here, it just keeps getting better and the tension keeps building and you can't wait. And it's been so long because we binge watch everything. Netflix, now that everything comes out on Netflix, you get to see it and you watch it in one weekend. There hasn't been the level of anticipation for a show in such a long time, since maybe, for those who were interested in Game of Thrones, I wasn't really big on that, but we haven't had that in such a long time.
Yeah, I never saw that.
So if you imagine it like this, it's a show that's it's horror, but in sci-fi, but the true monsters aren't even the monsters, it's people. And racism. So that I think that in and of itself is super entertaining.
So yeah, I think people should definitely watch it, and then we're going to discuss it later on in the season. We can do like a full rundown once like the first season is over or something. But it is so good. The fact that my ass is literally like, all right, did a new episode drop? Like, let me hurry up and watch this, just because I want to be a part of the discussion. Like, I need to know what is going on. Like, my man Tick. And shout out to what's her name, Journey Smollett.
Yes, Journey Smollett.
Love her. I've loved her for so long, and she plays the hell out of these roles. Like, I think I really fell in love with her again, because I've watched her movies and stuff, but when she did Underground a couple years ago, loved it. And she's doing the same thing with this role. Like, it makes you just want to be a part of it.
We need to give her flowers now because she has been the queen of a period piece. Eve's Bayou. She carried that movie. She was a child, a whole child.
Little ass child.
That
From the mouth of babies.
Yes, so she already knew what she was going to be doing when she got older. So while we won't give any spoilers, but give me your favorite characters. Top two.
Top two favorite characters right now. Definitely her, and definitely Montrose, which is good. Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
I like that man. I don't know if I like him because I just love all the pieces that he acts in, from like The Wire and all that shit. Like, I just love him. But as his character develops, it's more of like, who the fuck is he really? Because he's so good at playing those type of roles where he gives you something, but he also like leaves you with so many questions about who his character is and why is he the way he is. Like, this last episode, I was like, baby,
yeah,
putting these pieces together. Did not understand. Don't know why you're like this. Why are you like this? Like, where did this come from?
It's coming. It's all coming. We're going to figure out what drove him to be the way that he is. And I cannot wait for it.
Right.
Cannot.
Okay, top two.
Letitia fucking Jenkins. She is her in this red lip and these off the shoulder costumes and that little bob she got. She is just so everything. I love everything about her. Love her attitude, all of it.
You low-key got a thing for light-skinned women.
No, I don't.
No. Or a strong black woman. It's something about a strong black woman that you really be on it.
Yes, I can agree to that.
Yeah, I think it is. But the light skin put it over the edge. But that strong black woman piece, you really be.
Yes. Those are my favorite characters. Now, if you know me, it's always a brown skin character for me, usually. And the interesting thing is, Letty was actually supposed to be portrayed by a dark-skinned character.
Really?
She was supposed to be dark-skinned, but they allowed Journey, because one of the producers was a producer on Underground, so they allowed Journey to audition, and she, I guess, was the best of the bunch. So what they decided to do was they're going to unpack colorism between her and her sister, who is darker skinned. So,
which I love, because they're currently already doing that in the season, and I really love that. How do you feel about the sister?
I don't know. I love her, but I don't like. Spoiler alert! I'm not going to get too much into it, but I don't like her in this last episode. I love her character, and I understand why she is the way that she is and why she views the world the way that she does. But I want her to stop shrinking. And I think in this past episode, she's coming out of that. But there were some things that she did in this last episode that I didn't like. But let me tell you who I like that will probably catch everybody by surprise. I like Christina. I do.
Yeah.
I like a
villain. Christina.
I like a villain. I love a good villain. And
but go ahead.
I was gonna say she gives really good villain vibes. And in all honesty, I'm not so sure that she's 100% a villain just yet.
That's what I was gonna say. I like her character because she is a woman who is strong and powerful, but is in a male-dominated society, and she's trying to show you, like, I'm better than these motherfucking boys.
Yeah.
Period. And y'all need to figure out how to let me in this game because I'm smarter than all of y'all.
Yes.
And I'm going to earn your respect one way or another. Either you're going to give me that respect or I'm finna take it. Yeah. However I got to take it.
I absolutely love her character. I like the writing for her. And some of the stuff that we found out in this past episode, for those who haven't watched, when you do watch everything down to the details in the clothes that people wear, because I'm telling you, they give you clues throughout and then you're like, aha, I see. So, and every episode is a plot twist.
Every single one. So. Okay. Did you watch P-Valley?
I have. Yes, I'm caught up. I'm caught up on P-Valley. Yes, I'm good to go.
So good.
Okay, for the people who don't know, what is it?
Okay, so P-Valley is a show about a little small town in Mississippi, what is called Chucalissa.
Yes.
It is all the scenes are basically based out of the strip club, but not necessarily all about stripping, because it tells you about like small town lives, you know, trying to better yourself, all the struggles with that. It's ran by Uncle Clifford, who happens to be a transgendered male. Is he? I don't think he's transgendered. I think he's just a male who enjoys dressing as a woman, and people still use the correct pronouns for him. But he is still a man at the same liking. He's just a gay man.
Yes.
Then some of the main characters, it's just dope altogether. Yes, it's just dope. It's a dope show. I love it. I actually was trying not to watch it because I'm one of the people who don't like the hype of things. So I have to like watch it on my own time if it's something that I didn't stumble upon myself. And then like everybody was talking about it, I was like, shit, I'm just gonna watch this show. I watched it in 3 days.
Yeah. And it's an easy watch because I think each episode is about 30 minutes.
Yeah, like 30, 40 minutes. It was super easy to watch. So
you breeze right on through that thing.
How do you feel about Uncle Clifford and her man?
Okay. Rarely am I speechless. So I enjoy the relationship, and I like for once that they are showing a gay man who's not a stereotypical feminine gay character.
Yes, because Uncle Clifford is strong, hunty.
And his partner is he's not what people would consider or would think of when they think of gay. However, I do think to a degree, because of how he has tried to hide his homosexuality, he's playing into that DL stereotype, and that sucks. So I'm hoping that they develop his character a lot more going into season 2.
I think they will, because of the last episode when his homeboy finally broke it down to him, because it looks like, so spoiler alert guys, it looks like what was his name? What's his boyfriend's name?
Oh girl, I don't remember. Lil Murder.
Yeah, Lil Murder. It looks like Lil Murder was talking about it to his homeboy and was like, oh, I might have just hit him one time, which I'm surprised he even told anybody, period, that he would have hit Uncle Clifford. But so that gets out. He told his homeboy, like, we only did it one time. His homeboy's like, look, I don't know what y'all got going on, but it won't just one time. And the heart wants what the heart wants. And clearly your heart wants that. But don't fuck my money up.
Right.
Period. And Uncle Clifford getting romantic dates and shit in the cars. And here I am getting niggas with small dick energy.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you were going to discuss this on the episode.
What do you mean?
I'm going to just go ahead and lift
I'm just saying small dick energy. That's it. That's what I be getting from people. And I just not here for it. That's what I was just saying about that. But watch P-Valley, because I'm here for it. How you feel about Mississippi?
What'd you say?
How you feel about Mississippi?
I don't know.
Trigger warning for you. So sorry.
I don't know. I think that there are episodes in this season where she did some really silly stuff that at the end of the day, she didn't have to do. She could have made different decisions. I understand her need for money and, to take care of her child, but I think some of the decisions that she made put her more in danger, and I don't like that.
I don't like having a baby in a strip club.
Including having all the strippers pass your baby around backstage. No, that's no place. Absolutely no place for a child. Even though it's fictional. We're talking about a fictional world, but...
No, that's not fictional, because I'm pretty sure some strippers probably do that. But why? Well, on one hand, I was thankful that baby was safe.
Yes.
But on the other hand, why was the man dropping the baby off? And where was her other kids? Because supposedly she had other kids by this man as well. So where was the other kid?
We haven't seen them.
Right. But they was talking about them.
Maybe they... let me not say that. They might not be in the home.
as they should not be from that interaction. Y'all just catch up on these shows so we're not giving y'all no spoiler alerts, because we just need y'all to watch these shows because we didn't have a ball these last couple of weeks actually getting to watch shows and stuff.
Yes, absolutely. So, are we going to touch on anything that's happening in the world? Because there's some news that came hot off the press today.
Okay, let's talk about today's hot topic, which is Cardi and Offset.
What?
Should have been cooking and cleaning.
Listen, there are women that cook and clean and suck a mean and still end up divorced. So
this is not an R-rated show. And you're not gonna do that like that. This is not an R-rated. You need to get it together. It's like, no, honestly, when I saw that headline, I was like, wait a minute, what?
I didn't think it was real at first because, first of all, everybody's getting divorced. Ray J and Princess, which first, that's petty because Princess filed for divorce first. Ray J begged her back only to file for divorce a year later so he could say he did it first. He's petty for that. Then Dr. Dre and his soon-to-be ex-wife and, all the men are mad because she wants, what, 200 million or I don't know, some large, just crazy amount of money. But listen, Dre is a billionaire. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Make sure I live comfortable.
And her $90,000 phone bill.
Need it. I don't know who I'm calling, but baby, them calls is expensive and I need that. And you finna give it to me for the rest of my life, period.
Listen, she wouldn't have such a high phone bill if she was switched to Verizon.
I don't have no Verizon. I have AT&T, girl.
I have Sprint, so I wouldn't know.
You got the worst of the worst. The nerve of you to have some Sprint, the worst of the worst.
So when I saw that Cardi filed for divorce from Offset, I didn't believe it because he's cheated however many times and she stayed. So, I just saw, and I kept scrolling. And then I finally saw all these other news outlets, TMZ and so on, confirming that she filed for divorce. And allegedly, this isn't from the Muvas. He might have a baby on the way outside of that marriage. Might, allegedly. So I'm here for it. I'm here for her getting her divorce. She's still young. She only has one child. Go ahead and get out of that marriage, sis. If he ain't learned the last time that you threatened to leave him and he embarrassed you on that stage calling you bruh, will you marry me, bruh? Nah.
He got a baby on the way, sis. That's allegedly.
Allegedly.
Nothing is more hurtful than when a man cheats on you and they pop up with a baby. Nothing is more hurtful. It is one thing to step out. It is one thing to dibble and dabble here and there. But you got a whole ass baby on the way. So you out here just having condoms and condomless sex and shit.
Yes. And she's a mega star. Like she just had for the second year in a row, Song of the Summer. She's a mega star. And you out here playing around.
She human though. At the end, that's what I love. So, okay, I'm sorry that she's getting divorced. I'm not saying that I love that she's getting divorced, but what I love is that when these things happen, it shows you that these stars are just human. You know how I feel about the celebrity news and the celebrity gossip. Them people is just people like us as well. Yes, we love them because they are our entertainers. They bring something different to our days because we get to escape into their drama and get away from our own. But listen, them people are human. Okay. Yeah. And you thought just because the money was there that she wasn't going to get cheated on? Baby, our grandmamas got cheated on. And then with some God-fearing women.
And they cooked, cleaned, and all of that.
Okay. Sat at home while Earl did whatever in the middle of the night.
While he was raising a family on the other side of Chicago.
Okay. They were sitting there by the door. Earl, I got your supper ready, baby. What time you coming home today? And still got cheated on. So it is what it is.
But see, my thing is this. I think that how he showed her he was going to treat her in the beginning before they were married and he cheated on her, she should have She should have walked away then.
She should have cheated back and then walked away.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. But
she should have.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm a firm believer to do you dirty once, do me dirty twice. I gotta get a little revenge before I step out, and that's why God's still working on me.
Yeah, no. See, I go peacefully quietly into the night. I'm out.
No peace. You disturbed mine. Ain't no peace.
You said
the moment you had me up crying, we all finna cry.
She said we gonna start a riot in this thing.
Bitch, got to, because I'm not finna be hurt.
But either way, whether she cheated back or whatever she did, she shouldn't. It's easy to say outside looking in, but how they show you they're going to treat you in the beginning is how they're going to treat you. And if you reward these people, I'm not even going to say men, because women too, if you reward somebody by marrying them after they've shown you that they're not going to do you well, then that's the problem. She should have never married him. She should have never married him. So I'm not surprised, but I don't even want to say that, I don't like it for Culture, the baby, because now that's another family that's broken, and that's sad. But Cardi is worth what, $20 million, something like that. So, some good amount of money. She'll be okay. Cardi will be just fine, and she has a close-knit family to help her with Culture. So if that's what she decides to do for real, I mean, because they said she filed, but that doesn't mean that she's truly going to get divorced. People pull back those filings all the time. Ask me how
they do. That's on them. I believe in forgiveness. I do. I believe that people can change. I don't know how many chances you give them to change, because bitch, I'm the giver of chances when you shouldn't have got zero. But if you don't get divorced, you don't get divorced. I feel like the highest commitment is marriage. That is the highest commitment. And you clearly felt some type of way to do that shit in front of God. So if you decide to work it out, you decide to work it out. But y'all need to stop putting it on Front Street and work that shit out in private and figure it out that way. That's what I say.
I agree with that. I think from here on out, people should handle that stuff in private. I don't want to see her come on, give us a whole spiel about him and what they're going to do. Just leave it. Just keep it quiet. And if you divorce them and leave them good, and I mean, do what Emily did. She don't talk. She'll say nothing. Got them teeth knocked out and fixed, and sis got her voice box sewed up too.
Sis, no, sis. Because sis, you need to you need to stop laughing.
I'm not laughing at the abuse. I'm laughing at her trying to fake like she's sitting real pretty at this baby shower, like nothing happened.
Baby in bloom, bitch. Did you see it?
She looked pretty.
She looks great. She does that anyway. All their family portraits are always great.
Wonderful dresses, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns.
I will say that I'm surprised that she had a child by him. Another child by him. I am surprised. I will also say that, like, part of me hurts a little bit for her. But again, I'm outside looking in. I don't know the situation. What bothers me is that a lot of people have been on the post like, oh, she shouldn't have did X, Y, Z, blase, blase. Like, the pictures are so fake happy. Why aren't they smiling? Well, one, Emily never smiles. Like, if you've ever been following her over the years, that's not something that she does often. So that doesn't surprise me that she doesn't smile on her pictures. And she might very well be happy. So don't take that away from her. She could be very happy that she's having baby number 3 by him and that she has this perfect lifestyle now after the abuse. Maybe. But no, honey, it wouldn't have been Ariel. You only got to knock my teeth out one time.
For me, it would have been over when you had me on Love and Hip Hop and my friend had to drag another chick because she confessed that she messed with you while we were together. You ain't gonna have me on. Listen, I might be a fool, but you're not gonna have me on TV being a fool. Nah, I'm good.
Wouldn't come and do the show. I had to move out and get my own separate apartment because it was time. I'm trying to set an example for my grown ass daughter who is being trolled by little Ari Fletcher, who don't do shit but model Fashion Nova and wigs all day. Sick of it. Sick of these folks. I'm sick of it. I've had enough.
So one thing I won't do, I can never look down on somebody else's relationship or tell somebody why they should leave or what they should do. What I can do is say what I wouldn't do. And that's not a relationship I would have been in. That one or Cardi's. But, I don't know. Is there a relationship that you look at and think like, and I know you probably don't, I don't even know why I'm asking you, but
I do have relationship goals.
Like who?
The one, okay, so Sade is in the comments talking about the biggest fool is Chrissy. Girl, I admire Chrissy's relationship.
Why?
Because some women come to terms with the situation and just live through it, and you be okay with whatever is making you happy on your own standards. My biggest thing is I want it to be on my terms. So if I can't have what I want, what I thought I wanted, but this is the person for me, sometimes you got to learn to love people where they at. And I feel like Chrissy finally learned to love Jimmy where he is, and she's finally comfortable after all these years, and they have a good thing that's working. And bitch, if you happy, be happy. Sometimes I feel like you want all these extra things out of a relationship or out of a situation because this is what people are telling you that you should want. Maybe she would have been cool if people weren't telling her that she should have been married.
You know what? And not everybody wants to be married. And based off of that last season of Love and Hip Hop, Jimmy wasn't paying the mortgage. So
no, I ain't never been that comfortable, bitch.
Listen, had they been married, that would have been in her credit. That would have ruined her credit too. So, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe the house is in both their names, even though
it did ruin her a little bit. She had to go to the Woman-Air Club and discuss it.
Yeah. Business deals. So, I don't, where we are is just so interesting, especially at our age and looking at people who were older who romanticized marriage and relationships, knowing, what I know now about grandma and them and how they tried to make things work, even though grandma might not have been happy and grandpa stressed her the hell out. And knowing at our age, we have options. And so we look at marriages differently because it's like, okay, you do that if you want to, but I also am a breadwinner. I also am a high earner. I don't need you in this house. I want you here. And there's a difference when I don't need you, but I want you. And if you start acting up, you can go.
Okay. See, now that's my downfall. That whole statement is my downfall, sis. Because when I start thinking like that, and I say that I don't need you, but I just want you type shit, people become real replaceable.
That's our generation. That's our society.
You're right. I don't know.
Everybody seems to be replaceable. It's a popcorn, like microwave. We want it quick. And if it doesn't develop the way we want it, we on to the next one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, sis. So what else? What else has been happening? You heard about Joey?
Joe Budden,
bitch.
So yes, Joe Budden and Charlamagne have a little rivalry going on.
But for why?
I thought they were friends.
I thought so too, but clearly not, sis. We didn't thought wrong. Okay.
So Joe Budden has, he had his Spotify deal, and when it came time to renegotiate the contract, they asked for 50% ownership of his podcast, and he said no.
As he should have.
Right. Him and Rory and Mal, or however they break it up, they own that podcast.
Right.
And so there were some other things throughout the negotiation process that they wanted, and they weren't able to come to the table with a deal. So, he talked about it on his podcast and said that he, at the end of September, they will be leaving Spotify. So Charlamagne made a comment that pretty much maybe it's Joe, because everywhere he goes, it's a problem with him. He went to Complex, and that contract didn't work out, and there was something else he was trying to work through, and that contract didn't work out. And now he's at Spotify, and that contract's not working out. So Charlamagne said, well, maybe it's you, Joe. Maybe you're the problem. Which Joe responded, maybe you should STFU, because I own this. You don't own the Breakfast Club. You're an employee.
Damn, big dick.
So,
energy.
of course, Charlemagne took some issue with that, and rightfully so. He felt like Joe took a jab at him, and then out of nowhere, all of these accusations started to come up. Tahiri went on Hollywood Unlocked and talked about how Joe abused her in the past. One of the friends that he used to have, a female friend, admitted or confirmed that he was abusive. Last week, audio of Sin saying that he drug her was leaked. And so this week, Joe is saying that he thinks Charlemagne has something to do with it and that it's a smear campaign, and that if Charlemagne don't stop, he's going to interview Charlemagne's alleged rape victim. So it's getting real messy.
It's getting real messy. But you saw my eyebrows had to go up on that Tahiri situation because she did the most on Marriage Boot Camp.
Yes, she sure did.
So was that real, or was that her 15-minute of fame, let me get back in the spotlight type deal? Like, what's really going on with that?
But see, she's saying that he abused her in their relationship years ago, but she also, after their breakup, had gone on Love and Hip Hop several times while he was dating other women. When he was dating Kaylin, she went on the show and had altercations with Kaylin twice.
Right, because she wanted him back, or they were good friends and she just wanted to get him help and blase.
But if you put your hands on me, we're not good friends, and I don't care who you're dating. That's your business. I'm not trying to fight you or her over you. Then this past season, they were, going dress shopping for Erica Mena and Sakari's wedding. And, she hurt Sin because she was saying pretty much, she would consider getting back with him. And so I'm not saying that the abuse didn't happen, because there are way too many women who accuse Joe of abuse.
Right.
For everybody to be lying. However, when it comes to Tahiri, the actions that she takes, whether it's for money or popularity or fame, do not coincide with her being a victim. And if you want to add to it, that Joe Budden used to have, way before Love and Hip Hop, actually was an idea based off of Joe and Jim Jones way back in the day. Joe had Joe Budden TV, and it was a website, and he would live stream. And while he was dating Tahiri, their arguments would be on the live stream, and she would hit him on the live stream. So I'm not saying he didn't put his hands on her. I'm just saying she's not helping her credibility with some of the things that she's done.
You need to just go sit down and get a different type of career, girl. You went from video vixen to reality TV star to now you just need to sit your ass down. It's time for you to put out a makeup line or something. Period. Over it. Had enough. Oh, did you? Okay, Super Scent, the founder of the Crayon Case, because I was rocking with her hard a couple years ago when we was doing group chat. She was supposed to come on the show when we was doing group chat.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Looking back, I wish we would.
That would have been an episode to do. We really should have got on that before she blew up. I sent her the email where she was like, "Yeah, I'll rock with y'all," like whatever.
Yes.
But her man, Move in Silence, Mr. Move in Silence, was moving in silence in underage DMs. Have you heard about it?
No, had no idea.
Okay, girl. So he embarrassed her multiple times. First, it was that dumbass baby that supposedly he had. I shouldn't have said no dumbass baby. I take that back, Lord. I got kids upstairs. Oh God. Oh,
we take it back, Lord. We take it back.
Oh my God.
Scratch that record.
But okay, so he supposedly had a baby on her. They made the girl sign the non-disclosure. Was supposed to be paying her off. Blase. Money didn't come through. She leaked it. Super was humiliated the first time. Decided to take him back. She broke off her engagement. Decided to take him back. They was looking like they were rekindling old flames. Everything was great. And then all of a sudden, some DMs pop out of him in this like little 17-year-old girl's inbox. The girl basically hit him up on some like, "Oh, you cute" type shit. and he was like, "Oh, what's up? You gonna be my little juvie?" Now you know little juvie in New Orleans slang. Yeah, you my little Jew, like you my young thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Ugh. Because I was about to defend him, and listen, I'm not. There is no defense for a pedophile. No, don't make that face.
I'm trying to see where you going with this, sis. I'm trying to catch up with you. Where we at?
So when we talk about Instagram, it's a little difficult when you have different people on social media, especially some of these younger girls, because you may not know their age. And if you're talking Instagram, Facebook, sliding in DMs, and she came at him first, I would have been like, okay, did he know her age for real?
She says it in the messages.
So, but then you highlighted, he called her his little juvenile. So yeah, he knew. And take him to jail. Even though nothing went down, the fact that he knew he was interacting with a minor, go ahead. Where's Chris Hansen? Get the cameras out. Sir. Yes, hi, don't run. Have a seat. Come on in. We need to talk to you.
Honestly, sis, like the kicker for me was literally when she was like, I think she like came out basically and said it like, "Oh, I'm 17, blase, blase," and he was like, "Oh, you gonna be my little juvie."
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Absolutely. Absolutely trifling. I would have handed him right on over to the police. I will say I'm happy that she moved on because I did see that she moved on. I didn't know what happened with her relationship, but I did see that she's in a new relationship. And a lot of people were like, dang, you just broke up with homeboy last week. But here's the thing. When a relationship is over and you are over it, and a lot of people don't realize women sometimes are done with the relationship before we pull the plug on the relationship. A lot of times we don't pull the plug because we're trying to hold on and make sure that we're sure and make sure that, okay, is this the right decision? And then when we are done, that's when we pull the plug. We don't pull the plug early, like when we're not too sure and maybe. No, we pull the plug when we're done. So that little last infraction, she was probably already on 1 foot out, and that was the push that she needed. I don't think she moved on too soon. Do you think there's such a thing?
I just been following her for so long, and I don't want to say that she moved on too soon, but some parts of me is like, girl, you a boss ass bitch. Everything about Super, I love everything about her. I love how she moves in business. I love how down to earth she is. I love how cutthroat she is. She's a nigga for real, basically. Like she a hood nigga. Like that's how the vibes I get from her. Like she is a strong, dominant presence in wherever she is. So the fact that I just see her like with these men, she was with the man in prison back in the day, doing the videos where she was driving like 5 hours to go see this man. All right, bet I did it before. I understand. You really riding for your nigga. He locked down. Okay, boom, bam, bam. Okay, cool. She grew up. She found this real man who loved her, supposedly. But Lou gave us toxic sign after toxic sign. He was telling her, she would write posts about how he loved her for her and how he, don't mind the weight. And he always saw her, she beautiful every day. Blah. A nigga that's laying up beside me, baby, you better tell me I look good. You better not mind this weight. Like, what? Like, and then I just saw her change. Like she slowly started to change. She got her body done, but she said it was for her. It probably was for her, but it came off on some like she trying to change herself for this man. She trying to be this thing for this man, for everybody else. And I just want to make sure that like the love that she's looking for, she has found it in herself first.
Yeah.
Because I know firsthand being a boss ass bitch and trying to always put on this face like I'm good when deep down I'm battling like 10 things. Sometimes you just be faking the funk, sis, and you ain't gotta fake the funk, and you damn sure don't need to be faking the funk with some other raggedy ass nigga laying beside you that's gonna break your heart in 3 or 4 months.
That's true.
And that's on everything. You don't need to do that. So I just hope that this is really like coming from a good place. And if it's not, she takes some time for herself after this, because it's one thing to hop into relationships because you moved on and you were already done, and it's other things because you're just looking for love. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I love her. I'm rocking with her. You did put me onto her, and I've been following her ever since. So whatever she does, I'm supporting her, and I hope she does. I hope this is true and genuine for her because she deserves that.
Definitely deserves it. I'm still trying to link with her. I feel like she might be a little too Hollywood for the podcast now. We gonna slide up in that jump. No worries. I'm gonna make the connection. If it's a will, it's a way.
Absolutely. The worst you can say is no, and we'll try again.
Go try again. Okay, because remember, little homies become big homies real quick. You better rock with a soup.
Mm.
What else? What else that came through?
Honestly, I don't know that I want to end the show on this note, but Breonna Taylor's family and the state reached a settlement today.
You just fucked up the vibe. I'm gonna head on out.
Settlement, no arrest, but settlement. Now, yeah, pay them people. Pay them people for their pain. Yeah, go ahead and do that. But that's a whole separate issue. The officer still needs to be arrested.
And the CIA still need to be arrested for killing Martin Luther King, but the family reached a settlement with that as well. So we ain't never finna get no arrest for Breonna because her family reached a settlement. First of all, she was just killed. How many days has it been, sis?
It hasn't been very long at all.
Yeah. Was it 100 yet? Was it 100 and something?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
That ain't a long enough time for me to start reaching those settlements. Why we even talk about settlements? It wasn't time. It wasn't time. I wouldn't have advised it. Next time, the people need to ask Ariel, what would Ariel do? Because Ariel was not advising no settlement for my pain this early in the game. Arrest them people. Yeah. And I bet you part of the settlement was that these officers cannot get tried. And I put that on the state.
I pray not. So,
well, girl,
outside of that, there hasn't been too much that I've been paying attention to. So we hit all the things that I've been paying attention to for sure. Anything we missed?
I mean, just the election season and that COVID is still rampant out here, but that's an episode for another day. I mean, COVID, wear your mask because it ain't going away.
Listen, people wasn't wearing condoms. You think they wearing masks?
I ain't gonna hold you. What's your unpopular opinion for this week, sis? Anyways, what's going on now? You got one?
I do. My unpopular opinion this week is it's easy to dodge the bullet when you're holding the gun. So you'll hear a lot of times, even think of it like when people get out of a relationship and somebody's like, "Ooh, you dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet." Yeah, it's easy to dodge a bullet. You're the one who was doing the dirt. You're the one who was doing the wrong. So when people say that, unpack that. When people say, "Oh, I dodged the bullet with that one," "Oh, so and so was crazy," what did you do in that relationship, that friendship, that business situation? Mm-hmm. What was your role in that where you feel like you dodged the bullet? Just unpack that. When you hear that next time, I hope that does something to you and that brings you back to what I'm saying. People who say they dodged the bullet, it's easy to dodge a bullet when you're holding a gun. What's your unpopular opinion this week, sis?
Unpopular opinion: money cannot make you happy.
Tell me.
I mean, people always say that it fixes some things, and granted, money solves a lot of things, but money cannot make you happy, y'all. And I just be seeing it every single day. These folks with this money is still a lot of baggage that needs to be unpacked. So that's that on that.
Yes.
All right, wrap us up, girl, because I was asleep before the episode. I had to take a little nap. I had to give y'all something because I took a nap before this bitch.
We're about to get back into the swing of things, so just bear with us because sometimes you're getting that little lull when you take a break. But we record live each and every Tuesday on our Facebook page, and we post on to our YouTube page as well. That's on Muvas Podcast. And then you can find us each and every Wednesday on your favorite podcasting platform. We're on Apple, Spotify, our iHeartRadio, all of that. Just check us out. Google Podcasts, wherever you want us, we there. Make sure that you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of those, and engage with us. That's on Muvas Podcast, ONMUVAS Podcast. Ari, where can the people find you?
You can find me at ARILAWAN_. That's Ari Lawan _ on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also go to my website, www.theariolawan.com. There is a link to the podcast on there as well.
And I am Chatty Patty DC on all social media. Make sure that you are tuned into us each and every, well, we are recording live on Tuesdays, but you don't want to miss anything. So make sure that you are subscribed to us everywhere, because
we drop on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays belong to the Muvas. You guys already know we are back. Season 3 is now here, guys. Thank you for rocking with us for the first 2 seasons. But we have arrived, and we damn sure not going nowhere.
Stay tuned.
Love you.